to my channel. And in this reading, we are going to have a general look at what it is that you can be looking forward to for the month of September. So this is Sun, Moon, Rising, and Ascending. Maybe you're just dealing with the Leo. Maybe you've got strong Leo in your chart. Maybe you're a cross-watcher. Doesn't really matter. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the reading. Welcome to all of the beauty that is the aim of this reading. And if you cross-watch, please always cross-watch with honorable intentions. In your reading, we are going to look at what is some of the good, you can't see that, but what is some of the good news that you're looking towards? What is some of the good stuff the universe want to share with you for the month of September? Because I think in life, and especially in the last, maybe say 2 years or so, 2.5 years, we have been so conditioned to look at the groggy stuff first. What isn't working? Everything is such a calamity. So we're going to first look at what are some of the good things you can be looking forward to in September. Then we're going to get you some life guidance. Then we're going to do your tarot, and we're going to look at your recent past, your current energy, what's coming towards you. We're going to clarify, look at some of the, sort of like hotspots and things that you want to look out for. And at the end of the reading, Leo, you're going to get the opportunity to ask some questions, okay? We're going to draw 3 cards for that, so you can have 3 questions at the end of the reading, whatever those questions actually are. All right. I would really like to make use of this opportunity to thank you so much for supporting my channel. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I really, really appreciate it. And even with liking, it's such a wonderful thing because, it costs nothing, but it helps my channel to grow. And it also helps other people to see the reading could actually benefit from it. So if you are inspired to help others, simply hit that like button. It just makes the video spread further. Okay. To those of you that are giving me donations, I must tell you I appreciate it so much because it means everything to me. I'm so, so appreciative. But before anything of that, this is a general reading and let's get started. Okay. So we're going to look at, so we're starting with the good news first, right? What are some of the things that you're doing well? What are some of the things that are working well for you? And what are those things that you probably want to continue doing? So those are 2 cards that flipped around. Let's just do another shuffle over there. Another 2 cards. Is this going to become a pattern? Okay. We're going to do 1 more shuffle. And then whatever comes out, that is what we're going to take for your message of inspiration and motivation from the universe. Okay, that's again. Okay, did you all see that one jump? That's what we're going to take. Okay, so let's see what we have. You've got the 2 of Earth, which is the 2 of Pentacles, which is about change. So when you look at this, Leo, this is a space of changes. And I feel that you are coming out of a space of maybe you've done a lot of planning. I feel you've maybe put a lot of dreams together, a lot of wishes, ambitions, dreams. You've done everything that you've needed to do. You've laid a very strong foundation, and I feel now the time is actually coming for you to benefit from that strong foundation that you have laid. Sometimes at this point in life we start stagnating, and we start doubting ourselves and second guessing ourselves and feeling like, it's not really perfect yet. I should do something else. I should do something different. Am I where I should be at this moment? Do I deserve this? Am I spiritual enough, or enlightened enough, or ready, or whatever words it is that we really use to second doubt ourselves sometimes and second guess ourselves sometimes. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. And the doubts start to set in. This is a space where I feel that you are rising above that, where a lot of those things that could have been your crutches before, and a lot of those things that could have held you back before, and caused a lot of challenges and stuff for you before, that those are the things that are actually helping you to move forward now. Those are the things that are actually actually contributing in a very positive way your ascension, your spiritual ascension, which in essence is just really your life expanding in beautiful ways as well. We don't always have to think of things in, the world at the moment is going from 3D to 5D and, all those sort of things. This could just be maybe that you found a better way to, I don't know, park your car, a better way to take care of your plants, to store your eggs, like your to boil your eggs, whatever, to take your lunch to work, to maybe the relationship that you have with your mobile phone, any of those sort of things. This is a space of change And it might have started gradually, but there's quite a rapid change that is now coming about for you, and not bad change at all. All right, let's look at life guidance for September, Leo. What is it that the universe would like to share with you for the month of September for life guidance for Leo, please? And sometimes, and I just actually want to share this with you. What's a moment? Sorry. Sorry. Sometimes one thing happens, and we get so wound up by that one thing that it completely overwhelms us. I remember one of my comments quite a while ago for one of my Leo readings. Somebody actually commented and said to me, "You're taking so long to start." And from that moment onwards, I think for about 3 or 4 months, I would doubt myself so much. Every time I do a Leo reading, I try to do it fast. I try to rush through it, because I'm thinking, what if this person is watching again, and they have that comment, and then maybe that comment will spread, and then maybe all Leos are feeling that way. And that is that trap that we can so easily fall into as human beings sometimes, that we sort of kind of like brush everybody with the same sort of stroke, because obviously all Leos are not the same. There's almost 8 billion people in this world, and there's only 12 zodiac signs. It is literally not possible for everybody to be exactly the same. So if by any chance that person does happen to be watching, I want to let you know that this is not me criticizing you. In actual fact, this is me being grateful for that experience that you had, because that experience pointed out to me there's a part within myself that I was actually holding myself back and keeping myself in contempt. And it was a bit of a hard lesson to learn, but it was a good lesson to learn. And I feel for you, that is very much what's happening in your space at the moment as well, with this two of this Two of Pentacles. You're going to that next level. Okay, let's see what we have guidance for you, Leo, for the month of September. And I think it's so important sometimes in life that we remember why we do something, because I do my tarot readings because I feel that it's something that might be able to help others, Of course, if you want to have a personal reading, you can always email me and look deeper into your own energy. But these YouTube readings are really about, finding that magic within yourself and helping you with that. We're going to take this one over here. This one's calling me, okay? Let's see what we have. Yep, there we go. Cleansing waters, purification activates vibrant life force. Okay, this is you in a sense. Remember we were speaking about you coming out and sort of like arising. This is you coming out of that space. And when you think of almost like a sci-fi sort of type of movie, where maybe, something very sort of Matrix, Arnold Schwarzenegger back into that type of vibe, where you were submerged in this water or this sort of like jelly sort of substance that was, keeping your body safe, that was sort of like preserving you in a sense, And I feel that for many of you, you were winging it. I feel there was a false sense of maybe confidence for many of you. And that is what you needed to do, because that is what you needed in order to survive. And nobody, or let's rather say at least me, in no way whatsoever is sort of like, frowning upon that or calling a judgment upon that. Because when you really think about it, what right do I have to call a judgment upon your life in any case, And I think so easily sometimes we allow ourselves to fall into the trap of what are they saying, what are they thinking, what are they feeling. And when we go into that space, and you want to be careful of that, because when we go into that space, Leo, we will start seeing problems. We'll start seeing things, If you spend a significant amount of time with me, for example, and I'm a typical Cancerian, sometimes I wake up in the morning and I just don't feel like speaking to anyone. Nobody's done anything to me. I just want to get my coffee and I want to go sit over there and listen to the birds and just be left alone. And when you're in a space that we sometimes, feel that maybe somebody doesn't like us and they're against us and we doubt ourselves and those type of things, then we can easily start seeing those personal choices that other people have in their lives. We can easily start it almost as start seeing it almost as a reflection upon ourselves. So be careful of that, okay? but I feel that you were in the space. It's almost like you needed to take a little bit of a time out from the world, place yourself in a little bit of a bubble over there. Maybe the world just felt very overwhelming to you. For some of you, you could even feel that maybe it was that you couldn't contribute anymore. And you say, for example, you're a boss at work, or you're like I don't know, you've got like a like say, for example, you work at like a say maybe like a call center, and you're like a team leader, or you're like a restaurant manager or supervisor or a line manager, or that sort of things. Or maybe like a teacher, and you feel like your students are failing, or your team isn't doing as well as you'd like them to. It's very easy sometimes, and I feel this might be something that has happened for you, Leo, where we really harden ourselves when those sort of things happen, and we blame ourselves. What could I do better? And then we start thinking of all the other things in our lives. When you were 5 and that didn't work out, and when you were maybe 25 and that didn't work out. And be careful to spin yourself into that tight web if it's not necessary for you to do that. But I feel that you're coming out of that, and it's like you are refreshed, and you are revived, and you are revitalized, and you are energized, and you are ready for a beautiful change. You might feel quite a wonderful sort of essence of life that is flowing through you, almost like you're being renewed, and you most definitely are. Okay, let's look at your tarot. Let's look and see what we've got for you for your tarot, Leo. So the Death card, bit of a Scorpio vibe going on the King of Swords, and the Ten of Cups for your recent past. For your current energy, we've got the Five of Pentacles, we've got the High Priestess, and the Three of Cups. That is really, really brilliant. That is really great. I can't even begin excited to begin with that for you, and even to clarify it. And then for your what's coming towards you, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. I'm going to move those down now. I just want you to see them. The Justice card, the King of Wands, and for your overall energy, we've got the Page of Cups. Okay. Now, let's look at these cards together. Let's look at this energy together. So we were the Page of Cups first. Now pages, and if you're interested in all of this, then you can also, there's a link in the description for my detailed online tarot reading course. You can sign up for that. But pages pages are effectively are about sort of like epiphanies, or like like that light bulb moments, like that spark goes up in your mind, and you say to yourself, I can do that. That might be an idea. So this might be an idea here, and this could be for love, or this could in a way that you can serve life and community and the greatest good. Because I think that is the one thing about you, Leo, that a lot of people don't actually get. You like to help. You've got that sun energy, and obviously the sun is the bringer of life. If there isn't a sun, then there can't be life on a planet. Water as well, but you need the sun for starters. And if you don't have that, then you can't have life on a planet. And so you've got that sun energy naturally, but then you also have that actual lion sort of energy, the king of the jungle sort of energy. And what does the lion do? It protects the cubs. It protects the pack, or the herd, or I don't actually even know what the right word is, but the whole sort of community. And so I feel that you at where you are at the moment, there's some idea over here, Leo, that maybe I can do that. Maybe that can work for me, or again, also remember, you've got that sense of that almost like a rising that is taking place, that awakening that is taking place there for you, where you say like, I'm sort of renewed, I'm sort of revitalized. What are some new things that I can do? What are some different things that I can do? Which is a really, really fantastic way of looking at life. Now, in your recent past, so everything that is basically leading up to where you currently are, we have got I just want to move those up a little bit. There we go. So you've got the Death card over there, and then you've got the King of Swords over there, and you've also got the Ten of Cups. So when we look at this space, this is a space of, first of all, there with the death energy. This is about, again, leaving behind that which is not serving you in a positive way, okay? The death card has got a reputation for probably being this horrible, horrible, horrible energy, and I think along with probably like the tower. But this is about, when you look at it, it's about leaving behind that which is no longer working for you. So there's almost like a dying off of the recent past. And this character may look a little bit scary, and it's sitting on a red saddle, so there's there's some concerns, but it's also on a white horse. It's about hope. It's about positivity. It's about beautiful things. You're coming into a beautiful space. You're coming into your own. There's a sense of reverence here, welcoming you. Hi. Um, that childlike excitement, even love. I get love quite a lot in this reading for you, Leo, where your sort of vibrance lighting up, you catching somebody's attention. Okay, you are definitely catching somebody's attention. You are turning heads. The sun is coming up there. There's stability coming into your life. There's a lot of prosperity that is heading your way. All right. So if you've been concerned about maybe prosperity, provision, maybe there was that sense of scarcity that was beginning to come in for you, know that it's a stage that you're actually busy moving through. And sometimes when we move through a space, we're moving from one point to the other point. That little bit in the middle can feel very, very trippy sometimes because there's a little bit of a sense of unfamiliarity. And also the mind likes to keep things familiar. It doesn't like to change. It can really hold on to things, which is the reason why I'm a regression hypnosis practitioner and why I'm so passionate about it. Because the thing about regression hypnosis is, it doesn't really matter what your problem is, whether it's love or romance or, money, health, whatever it is. It is actually sort of almost like a byproduct of something else. It is a manifestation of a deeper rooted problem, concern, worry. And so with regression hypnosis, we go to that bottom line. But I feel that for you, you're at that space where you've done that introspection and you have gotten some clarity about what it is that you want to have in your life and who it is that you want to have in your life. And, I feel that for many of you, that actually meant that you had to leave certain people behind. Maybe some friendships came to an end, the relationship came to an end, the job came to an end, negative thinking with yourself came to an end. But there was that release that has taken place here. And not, and in life, obviously, nothing really happens to us if we're not sort of like in vibrational alignment with that. But we don't always get that. We don't always like that. Um, but there's a space there that maybe you felt that life was very unfair towards you. Maybe people were very unfair towards you, maybe weren't there for you when you needed them the most, and you really thought that you can maybe rely and depend on certain people. And there could have been some feelings, Leah, where you were saying like, oh my goodness, I thought I could depend on this person, but clearly I can't. And then again, that mind can quite easily start running in the sense of like, oh, can a person actually trust anybody? And can anybody actually ever even be there for you? And, it's very easy to get into that mind pattern sometimes. But I feel that you are actually better off when you're stronger. You actually stronger or stronger because of the loss. Okay, so this is a space where great loss is actually benefiting you. Okay, and sometimes sometimes it's so hard to sort of like get our mind around that. But there's some family ideal, home ideal, life ideal, how you'd like your life to be, with others, how you'd like your everyday life to be, your family life to be, your romantic life to be, all the wonderful things in life, how you want your life to be, how you want to experience it. And this that sort of release that's taken place over there has placed you in exactly the space that you needed to be, whether you liked it or not. I feel that your mind itself has been altered in a way because of this experience, in a way that will actually benefit you and benefit you beautifully. Okay. In your current space, so let's just move this down. So in your current space, we've got the Four of Pentacles, and this is your current now energy, the High Priestess, which always obviously speaks about wonderful things to come, and the Three of Cups, which is all about celebrations. Also note that this King of Swords is right above the High Priestess. And the High Priestess is that energy that if you can get that balance within yourself, that balance between the divine male and the divine feminine, the light side and the dark side, the supposed good and great about you and the supposed bad, horrible, and unacceptable about you. And when you can get to a point where you can accept that everything is just potential and everything is just energy, and you can accept yourself with all your wonderful parts and all your supposed terrible parts, that is when this curtain, in a sense, can come down over there and the beauty can start to shine through. And normally in tarot, we will look at the High Priestess and we see what is the card that comes after that, because it amplifies that energy. And in your case, it is the Three of Cups. Reasons to celebrate, um maybe there could still be maybe some areas where maybe some people didn't have your best interest at heart, Leo, but those things are all coming to light, so you don't have to worry too much about that. Okay. There is a beautiful sense here of a almost like a renewed strength that is coming into your life. All right, where if there are people that are maybe sort of low vibing with you a little bit, or behind your back, it's like you're getting that information, even if you don't look for it. Somebody might be really beautifully fighting for you, for your greatest good and for your greatest interest, without you even being aware of it. But even right here, starting with your current space, we've got a Four of Pentacles, and this is about abundance. This is about stability. Fours are about stability. When you think of a square, stability in your life, financial stability, stability in confidence, stability in moving forward, and moving from a strong platform, because I feel that your platform maybe wasn't all that strong before. So it sort of needed to get some reinforcements, okay, which it did. And then in your current space, now you're in the space for wonderful things. You are in that space where you maybe get that bright ideas that aligns with your mind, because I feel you've got a much clearer mind now. But even for those of you that are looking at money and jobs and how you live your life, there's a sense of you being able um, to live your life and to be able. Sorry, I've got my hand right in your face. Sorry, but getting that ability to be able to live your life and make your living in a way that also honors your greatest good. So if some of you maybe felt that you almost have to kind of like almost like sacrifice in order to just have like a small little something in the world, to even just be noticed, to have the right to breathe, for example, there's a beautiful rebalance, sorry, of that sort of tripping energy coming in there for you in your current space of life. And then what's coming towards you? So what is the potential outcome for you during the month of September? And you've got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so from that Four of Pentacles, we've got the Knight of Pentacles. Now, I want you to look at this as well, at this pattern. There's the Death card over there in the recent past, the release from the thought patterns, the values, the beliefs, maybe the learned behavior that you learned throughout your lifetime. There is a release from that. Okay, and remember, it's a systematic step. And I think sometimes what happens is we've got these beliefs and we've got these behaviors that has been cultivated, into us throughout our life. And maybe you learned that from your parents or your siblings or the other, elder significant people in your life. But many times that's not even their behaviors and that's not even their beliefs. They just learn that from others. And so this is a release and a relief from lifetimes of, lack and limitation, from oppression, from fear, all the sort of ingrained things that is sort of like inside of our DNA patterning that forms sort of like our personality and who we are and who we believe ourselves to be. Release from that bullshit. Okay, release from that bullshit. Okay, that really wasn't serving you well. And then in your current space, that is where you're then starting to get that balance. You see, where you're getting almost like a more honest, clearer understanding of yourself. Okay, And that obviously opens doors for you, because that is where things start to balance and you get many beautiful things to celebrate. And then coming towards you, the outcome for that, this is the Knight of Pentacles. You understand that you have more options, more options in life revealing themselves to you, things that you thought might never happen. Maybe it just felt like a pipe dream, and maybe you thought, I'd like to do this and I'd like to do that, but you never actually thought that it might come to fruition for you. Well, bubble. Beautiful. Okay. And then look at what we have here also. Potential outcome. The Justice card, so Libra energy, balance, what is right, okay? And also the King of Wands, which is really profound emotional balance, stability, strength, okay? And that makes me understand why you are now looking at different things, why you can actually look at putting yourself out there, at least considering it, because you're a very different sort of person. Okay. I feel that even within yourself, you realize that sometimes in life you were not your own best friend, especially it keeps on talking about money and relationship to others. This is what is coming up a lot in this reading. Balance here coming in for you. And even again, remember, as I was explaining to you there with the High Priestess, when you get that balance and that cloth sort of comes down. And this is all about, that back of that cloth, there is pomegranates over there. And we want to remember that when these Rider-Waite tarot cards were put together by Arthur Edward Waite and what was her name now? Can't remember, but the lady who did the artwork was Aquarius, actually. Um, this was done in Britain, and pomegranates were scarce over there. It was something that you had to really, really be sort of like in the upper class to even be able to afford it. Because obviously that's before the days of refrigeration and stuff like that. So it had to be gotten from way over there, brought on a ship, and I mean ships took forever to get anywhere back in the day. And then there were obviously pirates as well. So if you could be in possession of pomegranates, it was a big, 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 big deal. So with that coming down, there's that wonderful, beautiful, fantastic things that are coming out, and it's sort of like sneak peeking at you. And this is the goodies of life that is sneak peeking at you already. And but I feel that it's almost like you needed to first acclimatize a little bit and grow that relationship with yourself, find a joy in the smaller things in life that maybe you lost the joy with, and then you said, okay, now let's go forward. And I feel that for many of you, if you are looking at self-help at the moment, maybe like for others, that sort of thing, you could be really, really brilliant at that. And emotional stability. So, and also for those of you that might be looking for love and peace of mind and peace of heart and just, peace in life, that is actually coming for you. That's a beautiful thing that's heading your way. You may not have been the best candidate for that for a little while over there, I feel that for some of you, you may have been with someone. I want you to understand this is not a judgment, but you may have been with someone who one day just said, you know what, I cannot put up with this, Leo, any longer. And then there was a release over there, maybe, but it all of that in itself sometimes points out, even with relationships, and this is obviously not for everyone, but sometimes with relationships, we get so into a pattern that we don't actually like, that leaving almost doesn't occur to us as an option. We get the sense that we have to stay with someone, that we're responsible for them, that that we form a team. It's really just codependency, nothing else. Obviously, I said that's not for everyone, but there was a release of that sort of structure over there. It's and I'm getting this vision within myself, and maybe this is for some of you. Let's imagine that you are having all these big town meetings and rallies and community meetings and whatever to save the trees and to save the plants, or that sort of thing. But then nobody ever actually looked to see and to notice, but the trees are actually rotten by the branches, so there is nothing to save. And I feel that for some of you that was a sort of situation. But then as we sometimes cut off those trees, with love, and I'm not recommending that anybody cut off trees, I'm just saying what I'm getting, you fertilize the soil and things, and new life can spring from there. Okay. Now we're going to clarify your reading Now, usually if you have a 1 hour reading with me, this is sort of what we will have, and all the cards will be clarified. We're not going to clarify all of them for this reading. And if you have like a 2 hour reading, then I normally do like a Celtic cross and really go into it even more so. Okay. Right, so we're going to clarify that Page of Cups, which is your overall space, overall energy. Let's see what is that, because I see potential here for you, Leo. Really, really great potential. And remember, even if you're concerned, remember, we're going to look at some of those things that might be holding you back. And you're also going to have the opportunity to ask some questions. So all of that is still coming for you. So let's just first look and see what do we please have for Leo. And I'm working with my spiritual team that call themselves Smile. What do we please have? Spirit guides and guardian angels. Oh, those cards went right flying. So there's two of them, and they're in reverse. So we've got the Six of Wands. Let's put this one down for now. So Six of Wands was underneath, and the Page of Cups was on top. Also, interestingly enough, we are clarifying the Page of Cups as well. Okay, in the overall space. So I feel that for some of you, this is a space where you might really like to go for something, go for someone, go for love, most possibly. But I feel there's sort of like self-doubt over here. And I don't want you to be too hard on yourself with that, because, in many cases, I feel that could also just be old patterns that are playing themselves out, old behaviors. I like to always explain to my psychic development, students as well, that sometimes those previous patterns will come back and they try to get back into your life again. I was always going to say, almost going to say, get back into your pants, but, they're trying to get back into your life and back into your experience of life. And also, probably in the most, personal parts of you, of your feelings and your emotions and your life and your decisions, which in a sense is, getting into your pants, into your feelings, into your heart. So you could be feeling very conflicted here at the moment, conflicted about something, about someone. And I also feel, sorry, for some of you, this could also be a space where you'd be like, I really like them, but I don't know if they would want to be with me. And then there's a very, very big sort of like, I would almost call it like a big red warning light that is going on here for you, Leo, that is letting you know that, yes, you are at this point right now, with Six of Wands in reverse, you're at this point where things can work out for you. You're wonderfully set up for success. Things can go really, really well for you, but also be very mindful of self-fulfilling negative prophecies. Okay? Be very mindful of self-fulfilling negative prophecies, because that is very, very possible for you at this particular point in time. Everything is ready. And remember, everything is ready because you have brought yourself to this point. But as you have brought yourself to this point, you can also bring yourself away from this point. And sometimes as human beings, we sort of manifest ourselves straight out of what we initially manifested ourselves into. Okay, so be careful of that. I'm going to turn these two cards around, affirming that that the solutions will come through for you as you need them and what it is that you need. Also sending you some love and some light from my heart, from my soul, sending you beautiful Reiki energy there. And if there is something that you want to accept for yourself, I recommend just place your hand on your heart and just say, I accept this for myself. Taking a nice deep breath, I accept this for myself. And as you release that breath, have the willingness to release all of that which is not in pure alignment with your greatest good. Okay. We're going to look at the death card, but before we do, let's first look at your current. Look at this, Leo. Come on, man. This is good stuff. So, with the nine of cups over here, remember, cups is all about sort of like your outer experience of life. It's almost like your mirror experience of your inner world, and you want to imagine that your inner world's about 5 times bigger than your outside world. So there's more happening within than there is happening without. All right. And so all sorts of hopes that you have, dreams that you have for life and for love and for prosperity and for happiness and for joy. And even, Leo, I always even want to encourage you to think of those feelings that you have. So you're not having a great day, you're not having the, the most sort of like positive flow. How do you even want to experience those days? Because I feel that is what's busy coming about here for you. There's a golden opportunity that is here presented to you at this particular point in time. And this golden opportunity can change everything for you. So be careful that you don't manifest yourself out of your golden opportunity that you have been asking for from the universe. Okay. Let's look at the death card in the recent past. What have you released? Let's get a better understanding of that. What's going on over there? What's happening over there? So we got the Eight of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. Strict, 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 strict. But also remember that 8 is about infinity. Okay? And also notice that the Eight of Swords is going to the Eight of Wands. And the Eight of Swords is a space of feeling stuck. It's a space of feeling conflicted. But then the Eight of Wands is a space of feeling free and in flow and in balance and positive. And in the middle of it, we've got the Page of Swords. And remember, pages, as you said there, with the Page of Cups, it's about epiphanies. And this is you, I feel, Leo, there in the recent past, actually having made that choice to be happy. And if this is you, I'm telling you, I want to send you a massive, massive, massive shout out. A massive shout out. Because, and I love the way this Eight of Swords is portrayed in this particular card, because this is a character that is free, and this is you, but this is how we see ourselves sometimes. And the question is, when you look in the mirror, what do you see? And you know what? So many times when you look in the mirror and we don't like what we see, a lot of times it's because we believe that other people have a certain belief about us, a way that they are thinking about us, an opinion around us, which often really isn't true. Because here's the simple truth about life, and it may not sound like the most beautiful thing to say, but here's the simple truth of life. Very few people give very much, of an iota of what's happening in your life. People just don't give a fuck because they've got their own lives to live. They've got their own challenges. They've got their own demons to face. And yes, somebody might be a little bit interested in your life for a little while, but not for that long. And you can see it a lot of times when you sometimes look at A-listers, they have to almost cause controversy or be part of controversy in order to even be newsworthy. And I mean, do you really want to live that way? And do you want to see that about yourself when you look in the mirror? Because as you can see here, looking at the death card, you had some false perceptions about yourself. And those false perceptions that you had about yourself, Leo, those false perceptions has been released. And you know what? All I can say is, can I hear the choir sing hallelujah, hallelujah, because you have released that which is not serving you in a positive way. And I love that. I love that. I love that. And it all started with a thought pattern. It all started with an epiphany. It all started with a realization that maybe you were feeling quite lost and you didn't know how you're going to do things, but you said, you know what? It's time for a change. Inner peace started to come about, the relationship with the universe started to even out. Your vibration became different. Whatever happens in your life that's good, know that you are bringing yourself to it. Okay, the same energy that we use to create things that we don't like is the same energy that we use to create things that we do like. It's all you. There is no separation. Okay, let's look at that High Priestess in your current space. I always like to clarify the High Priestess because we want to see what is this potential energy and this potential prosperity that could be coming our way. Okay, cards are falling out again. More cards in reverse, but more number 8s. So 3 of Pentacles at the bottom, 8 of Pentacles above that, and then also the 4 of Cups, which is still sort of like in that 4 energy. Because remember, that is what we're looking at, and we're clarifying the High Priestess by that... sorry, Four of Cups energy forms part of it, and then we've got threes over there as well. Lots of balance, beautiful stability that's happening here for you. So first of all, here with the Three of Pentacles, somewhere in your current space, some of you might be a little bit opposed to change. You know, might be a little bit in denial about the fact that you need to make some changes. So it could almost be like you want that, and you would like that, and you would like that, and you would like that. But it's almost like dreaming in a one sense for what it is that you'd like to have, but then logically almost sort of like speaking you out of that in the other essence. Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Pentacles is all about money and the things that money can buy, you know. And when we speak about that, it's remember everything comes from you. Everything comes from your emotions. So just because it's money and the things that money can buy, it's also about confidence. It's about, you know, your opinion of yourself, your opinion of life. Are you an opinionated of person? You know, and in which way are you opinionated of? You know, are you positively opinionated of or negatively opinionated of? You know, those sort of questions. Because I feel for some of you, there's the essence of, you know what, I'm not even going to bother. I'm not even going to try. I'm not going to think about it. And hopefully if I don't think about it and I just ignore it, it's going to go away. Four of Cups. Could it be that there is an opportunity on the table at the moment, a good opportunity, but it does take some bravery, it does maybe take a little bit of pushing yourself, and, you know, confidence is not so 100% on your side? Could it be that that is happening for you? Let's see, because remember we're clarifying that High Priestess over there. There could be an offer at the table at the moment that sort of emotionally throws you all over the place, but I can see it working out well there for you. Let's draw one card for that. For that Three of Cups, and you've got the Nine of Wands. Okay, yeah, there is still some inner healing that needs to be done. There's still a little bit of pain there that is, you know, not completely resolved. But remember, we are a masterpiece in the making, forever becoming. You know, don't be too hard on yourself. Also, Leo, I feel that for many of you, yes, some people may have said some things that might have hurt your heart, but sometimes we're also very hard on ourselves. As I said in the beginning of the reading, sometimes we're so hard on ourselves based on what we believe other people's opinion is about us. But remember, people don't care about you all that much, especially now because life is overwhelming. Okay, now let's look at, I want to look at this Justice energy for what's coming towards you for the potential outcome. So, look at, like, just look at this. Okay, just look at this. Remember we clarified that card over there, and now we're going over here. Recent past. Look, just look at this, man. Look at this. You can't make these things up. There's 78 cards in a tarot deck, and these are the cards that are coming out. From all of these cards that haven't come out, this is the card that decides to come out. Ending where we start, in a sense. Okay? So there's the Knight of Pentacles, which was the card at the bottom, and then there's the Four of Wands, which was the card on top, basically. Okay? And also, another one, also in our current space, or energy coming towards you, Knight of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles. Okay, this is some pure deja vu if you've ever seen it. You know, there's I feel that you are finding the solutions over here going forward as you going the distance, maybe feeling not always all that confident and not always feeling all that strong. But I also want to encourage you to be kind to your heart. Okay, there with the Four of Swords. Because remember, with the Four of Swords, it's about reaching that greater potential of yourself, that greater potential that you were born with. Every single person on this planet is born with fantastic potential, with incredible potential, you know, but we don't always follow it because sometimes there's fear that goes along with that. And be kind to your heart, be kind to yourself, take breaks if you need it, even if it's mini little breaks. Don't you know, sort of like try to kill yourself for things that you can't do or can't get or can't reach, you know. because even though we get into this really there's this really beautiful balance that's taking place for you, and we're coming to this King of Wands space there, and the energy that comes towards you, which is beautiful inner emotional balance. This is almost in a space where, Leo, you are having awakening upon awakening upon awakening upon awakening. Okay, so even though there might have been beautiful awakenings that have taken place for you in the recent past, you're getting a beautiful space here where you are in the middle, just to sort of, get the goodies from that before you move over to the next choice, or the next space, basically, And sometimes that is necessary, because remember, when your intention is to move forward in positive ways for the greatest good of all, um, this is generational hurt and generational pain that has gone from generation to generation to generation to generation. It might be very overwhelming to let's just let go of all of that all at once. So be patient with yourself, okay? Be nice with yourself. There are some great losses that you would have experienced there in the past, and I don't want you to be scared about great losses coming in the future, because remember, the universe has got your back. There's great happiness, there's great joy, there's great balance, there's great prosperity that is basically flowing for you into your life. Okay, now, Leo, we're going to look at some of those things that could be challenging for you, that could be overwhelming for you, and we're just going to draw one card for that, unless they decide to give me more than one card. But we're just going to, some things that you maybe want to look out for and be careful of and be mindful of. Okay. All right. We have got the Hanged Man, and it's not completely in reverse. It's just sort of like on its side, almost like that. Okay. This is, and there's a new beginning as well. This is a space where, and you want to be careful of this, Leo, where you go forward and things are working out well for you. There could be a space here in your current space that you start hanging on to things. Like, I don't want to let this go. It's so good. It's so yummy. It's so beautiful. I don't want to let this go. Holding on to things. Okay? Remember, life is an ongoing flow. And when we try to hold on to things, good things, bad things, whatever, it starts to create problems for us. Okay? Now, you're going to get the opportunity to ask your 3 questions. Whatever your 3 questions are, you ask them, and I'm going to draw the cards for you, okay? So, question number 1. Okay. Way too many cards, again. Okay. No need to worry. And I can tell you, I asked a very personal question for myself here, because my laptop decided to just doesn't want to work. And I was like, what am I going to do? So I was asking myself, okay, for my laptop, no need to worry. Okay. Question number 2. Trust. And then question number 3. What do we have for number 3 for Leo, please? Just waiting for that final card to come out. Okay. 2 cards. Okay. Let go. And yes. So don't hold on. Okay? Don't hold on. There might be a better way available. And sometimes we hold on to something so much that we're not able to actually align with that better way, because, we are holding on to a certain thing. All right. So that's what I got for you, Leo. I hope that it helps. I'd really appreciate you liking the video. If it resonates with you, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Remember to hit that notification bell. If you want to have a personal reading with me, Regression, Hypnosis, Crystal Reiki, either in person or across the distance, send me an email. My email address is down below in the description. Once again, thank you so much to all of you that make donations to my channel. I really, really, really appreciate it. From my heart, namaste, love and light. See you next time. Bye, Leo.